Well, happy, what is this? Today's Monday, I think. Anyway. I had two scripts that I hadn't published. And they had some killer indicators in them. And I thought rather than publish two more scripts, it would just be easier to take the best parts out of both of them and put it into fire and ice. One is supply and demand, and one of the breakout settings, and a trend indicator on the bottom. Now you have to remember, some of these breakout settings are better on a longer time frame than they are in a shorter time frame. This, I'm on a 3-minute chart right now. It works really well. On the 1 hour, it works, again, really well. But the one thing that I want you to notice and pay attention to here, we haven't had a breakout up here in a while. There hasn't been one. We got to go all the way back to we got to go back quite a ways. Here, June 11th, we got the last breakout alert. But with that breakout alert, it turned right around with a bull alert, and we started to rise. So the alerts are extremely accurate. But you got to pay attention to the timeline. If you don't pay attention to the timeline, chart time, it's going to mess with you a little bit. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is we're due for one. So if this is going to drop, as soon as you see that breakout alert up here, there's about an 85% chance she's going to dump. Because the bear signals, the fire signals are pretty strong. If we get a fire signal with a breakout signal, she's going to go down. I have absolutely no doubt about it. Anyway, I made a couple of changes. A couple of guys were confused, and I don't like confusion. I changed the ice and the fire alerts to buys and sells, and I left the major fire and ice settings alone, because that's the name of the script, and it's also the name of the strategy. So the strategy signals remain bear sells and bull buys. Pretty simple stuff. No code change, just text change. Everything works the same as it did before. Just update the new version, and you'll get these supply and demand zones and the breakout settings at the same time. Now, what I want to do is I want to go over the settings. But I have not gone over the settings for anyone yet. Alright, what I turn off is I don't need to see the plot in here. I do not need to see that. I do not need to see that. I do not need to see that. And I like to keep the 20 loaded just so I can see where she is above and below the line. Now, these have to be turned up. I'll turn them up. It highlights them on the screen a little bit better, and I can't do it in PineScript because I don't have any room to add any more code. These alerts down here and up here, they're in white. You want to change the long to green, short to red, long to green, and short to red. And let's see, what else can we do here? On the watches, we do the same thing, green and red. And all you'll notice is it changes the diamond color. The diamond color should match the trend. Pretty simple, easy stuff, right? And then we've got, I don't think there's anything else. Long line marker can be green, short line marker can be red, and the plots should all be good. Now we're on a 1 hour chart. You will notice there are some ETR stop signals in here. These again are important because they're a trend shift. And you will notice that the last one was all the way down here. So we got an alert to go long. We got a stop to get out of the bear trend. And she started to rise. And she has continued to rise all the way up. So we got to here. Now we're in the middle of this new trend starting, so we'll see what happens. Inputs. Don't change any of the RSI stuff. Don't change any of the EMA settings unless you want to. You can change this to 21 if you want. Now, if you want to show the trend continuation, you can click this. And it'll highlight all these little diamonds going up. And that's only for bull trends. If you don't want to use it, don't. If you want to see the channel, you can turn the channel on. And you will see the gray lines indicating the channel and where we're at in that channel. Okay, I'm going to turn that off. I don't use chart interval. I band around the stops. Benchmark is crypto. It's on CryptoCap for BTC. Leave it alone. Turn on smoothing. And it puts your supply and demand zone where it should be. Now you can play with all these settings if you've got time. Don't worry about it. If you want to hide the trend direction on the bottom, you can click this and it'll turn it off. Click it, turn it on. If you want to use different trends, you can use different trends for the breakouts. I don't recommend it. And the rest is pretty much the same. Everything else is pretty much the same. Nothing much changes. I disable all the filters so I get a real good idea of what's happening, when, where, and why, and how. I go over here, I save as default, say OK, and I'm all done. And I don't have to mess with this anymore. And I can just watch the signals. I'm also going to redo the awesome oscillator, and that's going to be renamed because this is probably one of the most important indicators we have. It shows the money flow. It shows the volume coming in, going out, and it shows the trend. and it gives you variation in the trend direction. The center bar is exactly that. It's 50-50. So when she starts heading down in here and staying here, that means she's either going to go up or she's going to go down, or she's heading down or she's heading back up. We always cross this 50 marker sooner or later, like here. She headed down, she bounced back up. Now this is all in the 1 hour. I'm going to take this back to the 3-minute chart. Pretty simple, pretty clean, and everything that you need to have is right here. Plus a lot more information. And you got to have the information so you know what the hell you're doing. We've got this line down here, and this goes all the way back. Yeah, it goes back a ways. But if you're scalping the 3-minute chart, this is what you got to be worrying about. Just watch the breakouts. Watch the bear sells, the bear buys. Those are strategy buys. If you want to jump in and out, just use the buy-sell signals. They'll never let you down. Anyway, this is just a quick overview, a quick settings update. I'm going to be updating this. I'll be updating the strategy, and I'll be updating the trial version today. So this is the new stuff. Don't be surprised. It doesn't affect your alerts. It just gives you a little more of a professional tool to help make you more money. Simple as that. All these things do is help make you more money. So with all that being said, I'll talk to you guys all later, and I hope you love it.